Hey y'all, welcome to the Clock Tower. I'm Colton here with Brandon. 5 cards, 5 minutes. We're talking about Spy Family. No rarity distinction today. We're just talking about 5 interesting cards because we have a lot of Spy Family stuff coming up. Brandon, what's our first card?
First up, we have this level 0 Anya. First ability, when your other character on stage is changed into place, that character gets 1,000 power until the end of turn, cross turn. It also has then the second ability, a Brainstorm, pay 1, rest self, mill 4, salvage Brainstorm of any character.
Yeah, this card is like the most important card in the set, probably. This is going to get played in almost every list because all three of the non-trial deck top ends have these change effects. And every time they switch, this ability will proc and give them an additional 1,000 power. We also have other back row pieces that work with this to give more power. We'll get to those in a sec. You're running this as a 3 of in almost every list. Next, we have the level 0 Anya. Congratulations on being admitted. Combo with the bar on play. If you have 2 or more other characters, mill 3, salvage something with a level equal to or lower than the number of characters milled by this effect. It also has on play CX Ditch Salvage. I think this combo solves Spy Family. I think it's the best combo in Spy Family. The level 1 combos are really underwhelming in this set. I frankly don't think any of them are very good. This, on the other hand, is very good. It's just a +1, pretty selective, on bar. You can spam this early in the game very easily because this is 1/5, which means it's big enough to get over a lot of zeros, especially with the CX down. And then later in the game, through the mid game, you could just keep a copy of this in the back row, slam the bar over and over again, keep plussing, until you eventually replace it with your end game. I think this card's cracked.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting because this can also take place from the back row itself, so you can keep this in the back and still kind of combo every turn additionally with that. Kind of having that filter tool attached with a combo that you can kind of essentially loop continuously, I think is actually really useful for the deck itself. Next up, another level 0. This is the Sylvia level 0. This has the first ability, you can ditch a Pants Climax to look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add a character, and it also, when it attacks, you can either pay 1 or clock yourself to Twin Drive. So you can effectively trigger twice, and if you clock yourself, you're not paying any additional stock for that, so it's effectively a stock charge on a 0 without any interaction from your opponent.
1 point of damage is worth less than a stock. Play this down, clock yourself, swing twice on turn 1. You have 2 stock going into turn 2, even if you went first. And it also has a Pants Ditch that turns it into a 5-card Azusa. If you're in Pants, this is extremely good. If you're not in Pants, you still might run it because of extremely cheap stock. Next, level 2, Becky Matching Key Holders. It's a 2/1/5K. If it's in the back row, all of those Anya Brainstormers give everything 1,500 power. It also has, at the beginning of Climax Phase, you can ditch 2 to burn 1, and you can also rest this and ditch a copy of it to search for a character. You know, especially if you're in a top end that maybe doesn't push as much damage, you can just ditch 2 cards and burn 1, because you can, as like an endgame push. It also makes the Anya that much better, because all of a sudden when any of your things change, now they are, 2/5 bigger, as opposed to just the 1,000 from the Anya. Now your 10Ks become 12/5s, which are much easier to defend. This is a good card.
It also kind of sets your back row too here when you play this card down, allowing you to be able to ditch cards you just can't use or don't want to use from hand to turn around and deal damage. I think it's a fantastic opportunity here with the deck to be able to convert resources that you have into additional damage into your opponent, especially going into your final swing, I think is a really useful tool. Last up, Lloyd, Anya, and Your Family is Full of Secrets. This is a early play, a 2 or less climax early play. It also has the ability on a play heal, and there are 3 options to choose from. First option being if you have 4 more other characters, you can blind stock 1, or you can pay 1, discard 1 to heal a second time, or you can give the character an additional 3,000 power, pushing it up to 11,000 power.
It allows you to stabilize from any point, essentially. It's a double heal if you get rushed. It's a blind stock if you're running low. It's a striker if you need to clear something big. It just does all the things. It just solves problems. This is a problem-solving card that also just heals you 1. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back on Tuesday. A lot more Spy Family. We're talking about a lot of deck profiles then. We'll have gameplay for that the following Thursday. Another Clock Talk the following Tuesday. A lot to talk about with the stream that just happened. And in 2 weeks, 5 cards, 5 minutes for whatever set is next. Until next time, thank you so much for joining us. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and have a good one.
We'll see you then.